Alright, we're just changing some lower control arms and wheel bearings on the front of this Prado, and this isn't a how to do it video. We've probably got those, but we're just going to show you a few things that we do that you might put two and two together to make it easier. So, of course, you know, the main thing that holds this hub assembly is the nut, the 35mm nut, 35mm on the drive shaft, and the 17mm 4 bolts holding it to the steering knuckle here, which have been removed. So this is going to be coming right off shortly. That's it. So the nut comes off, and if you've got the nut off, you've undone the bolt, a gentle bit of a wiggle, kind of. Things always go wrong, but it's always, you know, you give it a push or a tap at the end of the shaft as you're wiggling, and you know, they come out pretty easy on the Prados. Don't expect to be this easy on a Hilux. And this might not look easy at the moment because the camera's rolling, that's right. Oh, one of the bolts might have the last little bit of thread to go. And be careful, we're not worried about it at this point because we're going to change the seal. And don't forget to put this backing plate on, because this is what happens, see? That's what's about to happen. It's about to come off and you forget. Now, there's a seal in behind here, and if you're not really careful, you damage it. We're not really careful this time because we're replacing it. That seal, that's about 80 bucks worth, that one in behind there. You're about to see back here, not on the drive shaft, not over here, this one over here, right? We're about to change it, so we don't care. But see how dry it is in here? That's around about how dry it is inside that wheel bearing at the moment, which is why it's getting changed. It's already got a bit of play in it. We've got videos showing you how to knock this seal out. It's pretty straightforward. You can just give it a bit of a tap on the outside here, back in that direction. And you don't even need any special tools. You can just gently tap on the back of this seal here to put it back in the back of the steering knuckle. Clean it all up and make sure it's clean and lubricate it, and it'll be even easier. And check out our videos in the playlist. At the moment, what are we doing? We want to get that out of there and twist it around so that we can get to access that seal that we're talking about. If you don't want to watch the playlists and you want to do your own thing and go and buy parts, you can do that too. This is the seal. You check out at your Toyota dealer how much it is. There's 6 genuine components putting these together with the seal. This is the old one, as I said. You see how dry it is on the inside there? It's meant to be dry, right? That's where the drive shaft goes. But what I'm sort of joking around when I say it's just as dry inside here. Now, if you do this in a Hilux, whatever you do, don't forget the spaces, because see here, see that mark on the back of the inner part of the bearing? Well, that's what sits against the drive shaft, right? And the nut's on the other side, so it's actually clamping the bearing. It's preloaded. So if you mess up any of the spaces, so you're really just better off watching the videos in the playlist. What's the playlist called? Front hubs, front wheel bearing, on our YouTube channel, 4x4 Diesel. Go to our page. Playlists are gold, mate. Don't believe me, other people are saying it, right? It's like I've got all these videos and I've organised them into sections, right? There's that old seal. Yeah, throw it anywhere you like, except there. But anyway, that'll do. You like that? Right, but what I do, I put a bit of grease on here before you tap. It just helps it slide in better. Any imperfections in the material, this steel, because it's getting pressed into steel, the grease will help take it up a little bit. What happens is they wear on the inside of the seal here, and sometimes it wears through to where that spring pressure is sitting. See the spring? And it actually kind of like pushes through this one. This generally looks all right, but since you're spending thousands of bucks on bearings and hubs and everything, doing it right the first time, change the seal, because, you know, just that's something you do. You don't want to, at 250,000 Ks, do the bearing and not the seal. So we'll be using the seals, right? There's the part number for the seal. There's the new hubs we can supply. We can't supply these, actually. This is actually the last pair. Lucky I put these aside because we're absolutely sold out. I must have done a video or something. It was me saying, hey, keep your old ones, help people out that have got no money, you know, kind gesture, because somebody gave me that idea because sold someone some bearings, and I said, hey, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I said, actually, put a post up on Oz Protocol and say anybody, because there is people that haven't got money that might need them. They might have a collapsed bearing or a bearing with play in it. So let's do that. But let's not contact me until May. Not until May. So I can restock these, because I've got hubs, I've got bearings, I've got O-rings. What are we short on? Bolts. The bolts is what we need at the moment. We're waiting on hundreds of these bolts, because that's how many we go through. Until we get the bolts, we haven't got the assemblies ready for you to bolt on nice and easy like this. Use new ones, right? Well, you can see here, they're quality, right? The cap's really good quality. They seal up really well. You start using aftermarket, it might not be exactly the right size. to work with the cap so that you don't get leaks in here. We don't want water and rust coming in here, you know what I mean? We don't want to get that rusted in. The face of this, sometimes you get a bit of corrosion and stuff like that, so it can be a bit imperfect. People might have over-tightened your wheel studs over the years. These are $8 or $10 each or something, and they stretch if people over-tighten them. So you get all new studs, you get a new face, and of course, one of the most important parts, this surface in here, see where this seal is? That's the edge of that seal, right? Have a good look at it. What do you think that's going to seal better, right? In there, it's in there, right? So, you know, see, it's a bit hard for you to see. It's not it right there, but, you know, it's in there, right at the end of where I'm pointing, all right? What do you think it's going to seal better on a nice, clean, flat, fresh surface like that, or an old rusty, scratched up, worn one? Exactly. So if you want another 250K out of them, it's all new, genuine parts, right? And you'll find these are good value for money because I source all the parts. I personally put them all together and I pack them and send you, so you get them in one piece. It's actually really good value for money. It doesn't bother me if I sell them or not because I sell plenty of them. And to be honest, I don't really want to sell anymore. I'm not doing a video to sell. I'm just giving you the information, right? Take it or leave it. Bit of information on installation tips. I don't put any grease much in here, but maybe a little bit on the splines because as you can see, they don't, right? And it hasn't caused any issues, even though we know there's been a bit of moisture in there. But quality materials, right? So just a little bit on there. The Hiluxes, they're a lot harder to deal with, to be honest. They get there tight in and out, all this sort of thing. What are you doing? What are you doing? I thought I heard tapping over here. So that's a good way to show people. Sometimes you need special tools to install seals, right? But in this case, these seals, they're really strong. Don't bash them with a hammer, you'll wreck them. But they just need to go until they're flush. So bloody stop hitting it. Woodger, it's in. No, he's just demonstrating. Oh, no, it needs to go in a little bit more at the top. So that gap there, you get in there and smash it. Right, so that's what you need to do, guys. Just use the rubber mallet like this. You can get one of these cheapies from Bunnings for $3. Yep, craft right. Check it out in the tool shop. How do I know? I just brought two because when you're going to wear out a rubber thing, because it's softened rubber, it's going to get damaged. Why would you spend $20? Just get a new one every now and then. $3. And you're not going to hurt it with a nice soft rubber mallet. So we want a nice soft fresh one every now and then. Anyway, that's how you install the seal. It's beautiful. There's no air gaps there. And that's it. Simple as that. And what we do, we put a bit of this copperies grease because once again, it helps just take up those surface imperfections, keep the moisture out. And we're actually going to put a little bit more than this. We're not fully done yet. We're just going to put a little bit on this 45-degree taper. You know, I kind of like really feel like getting my finger in there and just putting, not building it up thick, but just touching it on here. So if any moisture does get in past that ABS sensor, which it can happen, we'll put moly coat on the O-ring of the ABS sensor as well. We want to do our best to seal it all up the best we can because moisture is what wrecks bearings at the end of the day. Well, prematurely. It's what wrecks them prematurely. Okay, so if we can keep the moisture out, then we've just got wear and tear, normal wear and tear, and the grease just getting cooked and wearing out, right? So, you know what, since you just really lightly, yeah, let's do that taper. We might even put a bit on the side where the O-ring is, on the O-ring and on the back of the bearing, right? Let's do that because this is a good demonstration. You don't have to do this. This is all optional, right? Toyota, they don't put anything, okay? But I can tell you now, none of this is going to hurt anything. It's going to give it help keep the water out. And if the water gets in, it's going to help prevent rust. And what happens with rust? It roughens up the surface. Things get worse, causes more leaks. So a little leak becomes a bigger leak. Yeah, go on. Just go all the way around. Go all the way around the whole surface. Spin your whole finger around the clock all the way. That's it. But just thin like that. See how you got it thin there? Just go that. Yeah, that's it. Just so there's something on the surface, like, you know, if water came in, you're not going to get this chunk of rust. And it probably won't come in because it didn't before. We've got a brand new genuine seal. It's fitted just as good as factory or better. But you know what? If it does come in there, we're not going to have that surface rust that you see sometimes on some things. So bloody beautiful. Yeah, that's exactly how we want it, like that. Here we go. Let's do it here as well, right? So this is, I've taken the O-ring off. The O-ring's off. It's about to get greased up. You know the problem with this video? People are going to want to buy these bloody hub assemblies and I haven't got any. And you know what? Yeah, wow. It's going to take me days to get all these pressed together. First step is we install the seal professionally. Second step is I'll put the RTV on because I've explained in other videos. I believe this may help any moisture not to get between that cast iron area and the metal area of the seal. Now they're pretty good and they probably don't leak. It's not going to hurt by doing that. It might look a bit untidy, but nobody's looking except you and me and everybody watching this video. How many people? I don't know, it could be heaps, mate. All right. before you go anywhere, do the O-ring. Here you go. Let's get that on the O-ring as well. We were going to cut, but we're not cutting yet. Yep, get that on there and chuck that on. Anyway, so do you get my picture, everyone? We don't need to do this surface because we've done it on the car. We don't want to go and get it anywhere up on top of the ABS side here. Doesn't matter, we'll wipe that afterwards, but we just want to have it on the O-ring. We're just helping it a little bit. Again, Toyota put it on dry, beautiful. We're just going to give this a wipe and pop it in there. It's ready to go, action stations. I hope you get what I mean. This is education, trying to help you understand. Think about it. If you do something, as long as it's not going to cause any problems, then go ahead if it might help. If it doesn't help, you've lost nothing, right? But it might help. Do you get me, right? Anything that gets past that O-ring, which it probably won't, the grease isn't going to cause anything to get past the O-ring, right? If anything, it's going to do nothing or it's only going to help, okay? So we'll give this a final clean and we'll get it on the vehicle. Look, I've got another idea. Bolts is what we're short on at the moment. So if you happen to get these off me, I don't want them back really, because like I said, they're rusty old things. They're good to keep for spares. If yours have no play in them, you can keep them and put them on AusProtoCrew and say, hey, anyone in Australia want these? Pay the postage, whatever, and you just ship them across for $50. Put them in those flat rate bags. It's a 5 kilo limit. They go a little bit over 5 kilos, but just have a chat with your local post office and hopefully they'll help you out. So, you know, I'm donating to help someone out and hopefully they can help you out. And if they're those grumpy ones, just go to a different post office. That's what I do. I've got some good post office and some bad ones. I'm sure you know what I mean, like many other things. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is if yours have got play in them or if you're going to throw them out, and if you've got tools or a press or something where you can split these apart, do me a favour, split them apart, take the 4 bolts out of each one, those 8 bolts, mate, chuck them in a little package, those smallest little red flat rate bag, it's about 10 or 12 bucks, and send them back to me so that we can use them on someone else, because there's nothing wrong with the bolts. It's just a matter of, generally it's not worth the time splitting these, but if we can get a heap of bolts back from all these hubs, because we sold hundreds and hundreds of them over the years, and I'm sure some people have got these sitting around. Tell you the other thing to do as well, just carefully get a pin punch and give that a smack right in the middle there and pop a couple of studs out and keep a handful of those spares for yourself or for someone else, because one day you might find someone on the road or someone in your fellow AusProtoCrew group or somewhere else on the internet that has got a broken one of these and they can't get their hands on one, there's no stock or whatever, and all these spare studs are going to be gold one day, right? So good to have new ones, but good to have spares as well, better than nothing. All right, so if you're going to throw these out, you can hit those out without splitting the hubs. So bang, 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 they come out really easy. I'm almost what I want to do now is almost just go and get a hammer and just get one and smack it right there without a pin punch, just to make it go pop and fall out the back. And yes, you can change them without taking it off. It's done just like this. You take off your brake disc, right? Just like this. And there's enough room there on the front at least. I can't remember the rear, so let's not worry about that in a rear video when we're doing it in the rear. But at the moment, we're doing the front. Right, but there's enough room there while we're doing the front and we pop it through with a hammer and it pops out the back. There's enough room there to change them, right? So information, all this information, there is room there. There is 100%. I've done it. Right, so this is on the way to going back in. You know, you just carefully pull your drive shaft into the back of the steering knuckle. Look after that new seal, 80 bucks worth. If you've got a mate to give you a hand, that's handy. You can hold it in and there's gently wiggle that hub assembly on, pushing it onto the spline. Just sit the nut to hold that on in position. It can't fall off. Get your bolts started. Got to line up all your dust shield. Remember to look after that seal. Don't be wobbling your drive shaft around too much, etc, etc. Right, here we're on the other side and we've got a couple of small issues here, and this is what happens, right? That's why you hang around, right? So this slid out all right. See, bone dry, no issues there, but look, all the bolts are out and it still wants to stay there, and you've been wobbling. Well, it's hard to believe that it won't come out. Do you want to just show us again? Wobble, 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 because I can't believe that can't come out, mate. You're dreaming. Show me. It just wants to stay there, right? Sure you got all the bolts undone all the way? That's what everyone's going to say, right? But they're not even lined up anymore, so of course they're all undone. So what's holding that in? Have you actually had this happen before where it twisted and it stayed there? This one had the play in it. Anyway, I'm getting out of the way. But if you smash it, it's going to land on my nice concrete floor. Lucky it's not the new concrete floor at the new Prado Hospital. Anyway, let's you get the smashing extension and the big smashing hammer. And I'll stand here and is it going to go kaplonk? Let's just let it go kaplonk. I don't care. It's just a floor, mate. I'll repaint it some other time. Evidence, mate, that work actually happens here. Put that to catch it, you reckon? I don't think it's going to land there, but let's see. It'll bounce off that and land on my feet. I've got steel caps, have you? Oh, we both got steel caps. There you go. We even meet regulations. All right, let's have a look at this smashing extension. That's done some smashing. Hey, look at that. Hey, turn around the other way. Show us the other end. Oh, yeah, nice. You can use whichever end you want, mate. Put it in there and onto the bearing. Give it a smash and let's just see what happens. Oh, it's coming. Oh, yeah. I'd say come and grab it again, mate. Come and grab it. Give it a wiggle. I'm probably wasting your time. I'm going to have the camera up here. You see if you can see if that moved. I don't know. I reckon I saw that move and it was about to go kaplunk. These things weigh just over about 5 kilos, so all right, go smash it again. Go and get the hammer again. Just smash it. I'll get ready to jump out of the way. And there it goes. And guess where it landed? Exactly in the catching basket. You are the winner. All jokes aside, now that we've recovered, there's the O-ring, stay behind. And you know what? Nothing wrong with those older O-rings either. So keep those. You can certainly clean those up and reuse them. You know, we could probably save a couple of bucks on an O-ring. They're $5 each, actually. Feel how soft that. Ever feel that one? You have that one? How good's that? I just say clean, inspect, re-grease, and away you go, right? Yeah, what are we going to save? Anyway, whatever. You work it out, people. But look at that. It's all clean, but it's just a bit, I don't know, what was causing that to stick in there? I reckon it's your sloppy workmanship, mate. You just couldn't get it out. Anyway, these things happen sometimes. That's why whenever we do a video, or think we're going to do a video, show how easy it is. These things happen, and when these things happen, you can have a look and go, yeah, right. So things don't always slip in and out as easy as what they do sometimes. Usually a video job is one, there's a bit of that, you know, whatever. It's could have been a bit sticky there. But anyway, we'll clean all this up, grease it up and change the seal. And I reckon we're going to wrap this video up because you get the picture of how it's going, don't you? Right? Change your seal, clean it all up, grease it up. Don't forget to do up your 17mm bolts nice and tight. That 35mm nut is the preload on this drive shaft, right? Is the preload on the bearing. It must be 235 Newton meters, not bit tight will do, bit loose will do, around about that'll do, hit it with a gun will do. You need to do 235 Newton meters. So no 235, no warranty. Oh, you had a premature failure? That's because you didn't torque it up, mate. Don't talk to me if you didn't torque it up. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you like, subscribe, turn the bell on. And if you want these from me, wait till May, okay? May. First Monday in May, hopefully I'm ready by then. Just shoot me a text Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. and say, hey, you got any of those Proto hubs ready to go yet? And I'll send you the order, you pay for it. I'll chuck them in the packages and send them. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya.